Should the U.S. continue to pay 23% of the United Nations budget when 159 other nations belong? How would you change our current relationship with the UN?
I believe this one's going to be controversial. I don't think the United States should be paying anything to the UN. I really disagree with a lot of the policies that they try to push on the United States. And they're like, we are your legislative body for the international community. Last time I checked my Constitution, we deal with that ourselves here in the United States. And then we send our representatives to go and negotiate with other countries when we need to do that, and we sign treaties. And then Congress oversees those treaties to make sure that they're still a part of what we want to be accomplishing. I don't want to pay any more dues to the UN at all. They are wasting our time. They are wasting our money. They are not effective. And it's time that we wake up to that now so we can save the money every year, which is it's tens of billions of dollars a year for this membership that we're paying, and we're hosting them in our country. It's time for that to stop, and we need to wake up to that as fast as we can.
No, we shouldn't pay that much. We need to demand the other countries to pay their fair share. You know, if they want to be a part of this organization, they need to help pay the rent, pay the utilities. They have diplomatic immunity for the individuals attending. And no, we should not pay that amount. We should reduce it and make the others pay. They love to tell America what to do. As soon as there's a disaster, what is America going to do? What is America going to send aid to this country? Like, no, there are other countries involved in the UN. You need to send money. You need to send aid. You need to send people, military forces. So we should reduce that, say, look, we're in $12 trillion deficit. We can't afford to pay the UN anymore. We need to drastically reduce that amount. Make it, of the top large countries, make it more balanced, where the other countries, where they pay a larger portion, and we should pay a significantly smaller portion.
Thanks, Scott. I'm way ahead on this issue as well. My first term in Congress, served on the International Relations Committee. It was the first time any committee had ever passed legislation to withhold our American dues from the United Nations. The agency was bloated. It was filling its Human Rights Committee with some of the worst human rights abusers in this world. They were routinely trying to encroach on U.S. sovereignty throughout on the death penalty on a number of issues. And we said, we're not paying our full dues. And truthful, I still don't think we do pay our dues because they've not made the reforms that we believe in. But I will tell you this. I have a lot of problems with the United Nations. America is not going to pull out of the United Nations. We are the adult on this globe. We are the country that leads this world. And yeah, we put up with a lot of petty, silly, nonsensical issues that the UN takes up too often. But we have to have a place where we can pull every country together to solve problems before it spins way out of control. And the UN, with all their flaws, have stepped in with peacekeeping missions that allowed us to bring our troops home quicker than that. They have played some role in helping bring North Korea and Iran to some discussions. They play, unfortunately, they give us the table where we can sit down and work through some issues, even diplomatically, before it comes to blows or some serious issue. So I agree with withholding dues. I've already done that. There's a lot more that needs to be done.
It's on. I'm afraid the congressman's a little mistaken. Actually, last week, the Congress and the executive branch approved the increase in the budget for the UN, and they removed a lot of those restrictions. nevertheless, they were removed. And the UN is just a useless organization right now. You know, we want to do away with the crooks, the thugs, the cronies, the wackos. Wait, are we talking about the U.S. government, or are we talking? But it's true. I mean, it's become a platform for every tin-pot dictator to come and come after the American people for our money. And that's what it does. We spend our money for things that we don't believe in, that we don't support. It's unacceptable. It's time to stand up to the UN strongly, not just say we're going to withhold a little bit of money, but to actually step back and say, hey, you know, that piece of land in New York, it belongs to us. If you want to stay on it, you better start listening to what we say.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we have passed the halfway mark, so I think that all of these gentlemen deserve a round of applause, and you need to get it out of your system. All right, just a reminder, gentlemen, none of you have asked your candidate question, and all of you but Mr. Baker still have all of your rebuttals. Scott, you've got 2 left.